Chances are you recognize his face, but Djimon Hounsou is not necessarily a household name. Now, he's been in a bunch of films that I have enjoyed, okay? Some of the more cheesy affair, at least ones that I remember, Channing Tatum and Amber Heard and Never Back Down. He was the martial arts master in that one. He was pretty good. I remember him putting in a pretty decent performance. And here's the thing, like, he's never terrible in anything that I see. Of course, and, he can't go very far without bringing up Gladiator. I mean, it was a seminal role. I don't remember the name of his character, but it's one of my favorite films, and he, in no small part, is a contributing factor to that. It's just why he never got to that upper echelon. Like, he's good in the roles that he gets. It's just, I couldn't imagine giving him any more than that. He's a supporting actor through and through. That's not to say that that's bad, not to say that that's demeaning. The fact that you are at least recognizable enough to people go, oh yeah, I remember you were in that film. And you're also having people make reference to films that you made 10, 20, going on 30 years ago. You should be proud of that. You should be happy that you have that. But instead, Djimon comes out and says, I'm definitely underpaid, and I'm still struggling to make a living despite 2 Oscar nominations and many blockbuster roles. Oh, that's just you having bad fiduciary choices and being a poor planner. Oh, okay. Djimon Hounsou recently said in an interview with CNN that he continues to struggle as a working actor in Hollywood despite several roles in studio blockbusters under his belt and 2 Oscar nominations to his name. I didn't realize he got nominated twice over for an Oscar, and it could be for some roles that I'd probably go, oh yeah, right, but they just don't immediately come to mind because, yeah, he's somebody who, if you've been watching movies over the past 30 years, it's somebody you recognize. The actor noted that his continued struggles in Hollywood points to systemic racism that prevails in the film industry. I mean, how many mediocre black guys do we see in Hollywood right now get far too many opportunities? How much mediocrity do we see in Hollywood right now in general? Male, female, black, white, yeah, systemic racism, stuff it up your ass. I'm still struggling at trying to make a living, Hounsou said. After 30 years, maybe the first 10 was trying to acclimate myself to the industry, to establish myself. The fact that you got 10 years to go ahead and do that, there are many people who are waiting tables for 10 years in order to get a break, to get a callback for an interview, bro. What are we doing? But I've been in the business making films now for over 2 decades with 2 Oscar nominations and been in many blockbuster films, and yet I'm still struggling financially to make a living. I'm definitely underpaid. And take this with a grain of salt. It's Sportskeeda after all, so touch and go, I guess. But his net worth, it's interesting, right? Because he's had a career that has spanned parts of 4 decades. And he apparently has a net worth around $4 million as reported by Celebrity Net Worth. So yeah, he's also rocking an AP. I mean, color me a little bit. I'm at least a little bit skeptical. So he built a huge fan base over the years with his acting skill, according to Celebrity Net Worth. And he began his career as a model and subsequently transitioned into films and TV shows. The outlet reported that Hounsou owns a property in Westchester neighborhood of Los Angeles. Oh geez, I wonder if that's still standing. He purchased it for $2.1 million around 4 years ago and started renting it out for $11,750 per month in October, from October of 2023. Interesting. But I'd also like to know, right? Because going back to the Variety article and then just taking a look at everything that he's being a part of, it's like it really doesn't make sense. Either his agent is the racist one, not negotiating an appropriate fee, or did he go through like a specifically contentious divorce? Like, does he have a crippling gambling problem? Like, what's going on here? That's a sign of systemic racism. It's not something you can deal with lightly, he added. It's so deeply inserted into so many things we do across the board. You don't overcome it. You just sort of have to cope with and survive the best you can. I mean, you've had how many opportunities, bro, but it's still systemic racism. Hounsou's career in Hollywood has included studio tentpole films like Furious 7. Did I watch that one? I'm just looking over at my media shelf and it's like, yeah, it's right there. A lot of those Fast and Furious movies, after, like, honestly, I remember going to the theater for 5. Is that the one that they go down to Brazil and then they drag the bank vault through the streets? God, that was stupid. But I think I watched that one before 4, but I remember the trilogy reasonably well. Specifically the first one, back when it was about car racing. Anyways, two Shazam films, okay, Marvel movies, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, right, yeah, because he has that classic Who? Captain Marvel, horror franchises like A Quiet Place Part 2 and Day 1. Ridley Scott's, yes, Oscar-winning blockbuster Gladiator. Yeah, he was nominated for 2 Best Supporting Actors. Oh, I'm sorry, Best Supporting Actor Oscars, thanks to his work in America and Blood Diamond. Really? Oh, I remember watching Blood Diamond. That was shit. Later, of which co-starred Leonardo DiCaprio and grossed $170 million worldwide. The actor told The Guardian in 2023 that he feels tremendously cheated when it comes to Hollywood pay, explaining, "I've come up in the business with some people who are absolutely well off and have had very little of my accolades." God, man, this is next level entitlement right here. Holy shit. So I feel cheated in terms of finances and in terms of workload as well. I just say it right now. You feel like a slave in Hollywood. We get it. We get it. I've gone to studios for meetings and they're like, wow, we felt like you just got off the boat and you went back after Amistad. Oh my God. Nobody said that. You're making shit up. We didn't know you were here as a true actor, Hounsou said at the time. When you hear things like that, you can't see that same people's vision of you or what you represent is very limiting. But what it is what it is, and it's up to me to redeem that. So I don't know. It's maybe every time that he comes out for an interview, he immediately steers it back to, I'm just getting ripped off. The white man's holding me down. Or in Hollywood's case, we can move right on. Who's actually in control of Hollywood and why they're so cheap with pay. But yes, that could be the framing device. It could just simply be him always spinning it back, talking about pay. Or maybe it's just these activist interviewers who just constantly troll over, okay, what are the more inflammatory questions that I can ask this guy? Okay, what's some of the juice that we can get out of this? No pun intended. We can make some headlines on this, because if he was talking about the stuff back in 23 and then in a recent interview with CNN when he's still spouting the exact same stuff, and this is in between him, yes, starring in Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon that just got greenlit for a 3rd one. Oh great, there's not enough spare brain cells to kill out there, so Zack is going to be back on the attack to take care of the remaining ones for all of the Snyderoids out there that, finally, Zack is unshackled by very censorious studios. He can finally see his vision succeed. Well, you'll be able to see his vision once he puts his camera in focus. But his character is very prominent in that Korra has to go rescue off of Gladiator World, because that's where everybody knows him from. He's from Gladiator, right? So we have to go rescue him off of Gladiator World. He's a commander or something like that. I don't know, man. The Rebel Moon movies are so stupid, but the reviews are hilarious. But his upcoming slate includes a survival movie, Beneath the Storm, with Phoebe Denver, thriller, The Zealot, with Cody Smith-McPhee, horror movie, The Monster, from Saw director Darren Lynn Bossman. Oh, that's very interesting that he continues to stay in this very racist industry. But I always find that hilarious whenever people want to come out and say that, I'm being held back in Hollywood and it's such a mean and rude place. It's like, okay, cool. If it's all of this racist, sexist, the bigotry that is permeating the industry, is there something wrong with the people that are running it? Is it all of these leftists that are there? Are they really the problem? Or are you just not wanting to make some very tough admissions that maybe you're more to blame and the people that are in charge are paying you what you're worth? Maybe it's something like that. Or maybe it is just racism all the way down. Who knows, man? But I don't know. If I was you, I wouldn't put up with all that racism in Hollywood. I would just go ahead and take my shine box and get the fuck out of here. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.